Question and answer time, guys. This time it's specifically about my book, so it's a little different. I asked you guys to ask me questions on Facebook, and I'm going to go through them and answer most of them. I'm going to try not to do any spoiler type questions in case you want to read my book. But if you don't want to know anything about it, you want to read it, you can pick up a copy at andyschrock.com. All the info is down there. But without further ado, here are some questions about my book, Yesterday Raced. Stan asks, in the middle of the book, I got to the part where you smacked your head and came close to death. Did that really happen? And yeah, I've answered this in some older videos, but I hit my head skateboarding and almost died. Like, the doctors took my dad into a separate room and they're like, hey, your son's not going to make it through the night. And I did, and I continued living, of course, but totally accurate. That whole scene is like dead on. Tom asks, will there be a sequel or a part 2? Love the book and I want to read more. And I definitely want to write more books, like, based on what I've went through in life. But since a lot of it gets kind of personal, I'm not sure if I'm going to publish some of them. But in general, yes, I would like to release another book kind of in this series to the public. But no announcements yet. Mark asks, how did you come up with starting to write a book? Well, I was really depressed. I hit like a low point in my life, and as dumb as this sounds, I got really into reading Harry Potter. Harry Potter is what like got me through this depressing part of my life, and when I got done reading like up to as far as I could read in Harry Potter, because all the books were out, it just hit me. I was like, I want to write. Like, I love this. So the first thing I wanted to write was what I knew, and so I wrote a story about what I had just gone through. Dermot asks, do you have any communication with Marin and Nicole? Marin, here and there, every so often. Nicole, no. But a lot of other people in the book I'm really close to this day. Like, they're in my life on a weekly basis. Brandon asks, how long did it take you to write? And it took me a little while. It was the first thing I'd ever written, so it was like kind of a slower pace. I wrote like 3 other books after that, and those went a little faster because I was kind of in the groove of writing. Tim says, why didn't you have all the text in red? Because as awesome as red is, that would make my eyeballs fall out of my brain. My eyeballs aren't even in my brain. See, it's just messing me up even considering it. This is my favorite question. Nicholas says, why did you choose to be a nerd in the story? Because it's completely accurate. Like, I still am into Star Trek, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings to this day. I mean, you can say that makes me a nerd, but it's just what I like to watch and get into. Like, video games and superhero movies. That's what I'm all about. Dan says, was your team actually called The Crew? If not, what was it called? We were the Beachmont Mob. And if you ever see me wearing a shirt that has a big BM, like a white BM on it, that is a Beachmont Mob shirt. Jordan Johnston says, how many of the people in the book do you still communicate with today? Also, did you actually sell the Crew videos throughout your town? When it comes to people... That last one could have taken my lip off. But I still talk to most everybody here and there, at least the main characters in the book. Some of them, like Al, who I've actually said is Brian names in real life. I see him like 5 days out of the week because I work with him. But yeah, I mean, most people except for Nicole. I don't really talk to Nicole at all anymore. And the Crew videos, yeah, we actually were really successful, and we were the Beachmont Mob, like I said, but we sold so many, we made $2,000 in the first week from selling our second skate video that we released, so we were like super successful. We took that and made shirts and boards, and it was pretty awesome. It only lasted a short while, but yes, we did exactly what it says in the book. Mike asks, did all that trouble with Nicole really happen in your life? And yes, absolutely every single bit is like just dead on accurate. And actually, you know, it's just to make myself look even more stupid, I left some things out. Like, I mean, it was a long relationship, so there were definitely some ups and downs, but yeah, there were even more ridiculous stuff happened, but all the important, like, dramatic parts are there. Demetres asks, is your wife mentioned in the book? What is the real story in the last chapter? First question, my wife is not mentioned in this book. She came in shortly after that, after all the Yesterday Race drama, and then I didn't see her again for years and years and years. But, so no, she's not in this book. But the real story with the last chapter, that's the most fictional part of the book, but it is kind of based, and in case there are a few people out there that haven't read the book, I don't want to give too much away, but like, as far as like the coming to realization, like when Drew goes and skates the loading dock and kind of comes to his senses, I had that exact moment. As far as like the car at the, I think it's the movie theater, that didn't happen at all. So I'm trying to be vague here, but it's based, but that's like the chapter that kind of like pulls the story together and closes it and makes it have an impact. So that is like the most fictional part of it. but there are a lot of elements that are actually based on things that I experienced and what I was feeling. Levi says, will the physical copy ever be sold in Canada? Levi, dude, it's sold all over the world. If you have an Amazon, you can buy it from Amazon, so just go to Amazon. For all you USers, go to andyschrock.com, though. Spencer says, what really pushed you to be straight edge throughout the book / your teen years? It wasn't about being straight edge, it was just about, like, not getting into things that were gonna, like, get me sidetracked, you know? And then I saw all my friends just kind of throwing themselves in different directions, especially like right after high school. Like, you know, friends get into drugs and commit suicide. That happened twice. A lot of my friends quit skating just to party and get high all the time, and it was kind of a bummer. So, and I thought that I was like, if I got into any of that stuff, that I would, like, I have an addictive personality, so it would just be kind of be the end of my, like, determination and my goals in skating and stuff. So I just stayed away from it. And then as I saw my friends make more and more mistakes, it just gave me more reasons, you know. But I've never been like psycho. Like, I don't like hate anyone or dislike anybody if they do that type of stuff at all. And, you know, I'm a lot more relaxed about it now. I don't let it get to me. Of course, my friends are a little more level-headed when it comes to all that stuff. So Corey says, it says that a backside board slide was your first trick. Is that true? Yes. And I can show you guys the exact parking curb that I did it on. It's still there. John says, how long did it actually take to finish this book from pen to paper to it being published? Well, like I said, it took about a year to write, and that was when I was 20 years old. Tried to get it published for a short while afterwards, and then I finally just, like, because I made a promise to my subscribers, I, like, just figured out how to publish it, and I published it earlier this year. So, 9 years? 9 years-ish? 8, 9 years? Mark asks, is your character Gary based on your old friend Sammy Holton, and do you still talk to him today? Well, no. Gary is not Sammy Holton. I considered putting Sammy in there, but I figured it would get too cluttered if I pulled in too many of the people that skated with me, so I just left in, like, the people that were important to all the drama and the main storyline. But I talked to Sammy earlier this year. I don't talk to him a lot, but Gary, the character who is Gary, I talk to him every so often. He's still like a brother to me. You know, he's a good guy, and he'll always be one of my good friends. Last question, Ryan asks, what is the message / moral you are trying to get across, if you could explain it in the most plain language possible, or is it mostly a type of autobiography, or both? Well, I say it's a work of fiction because there are some things that I put in there to tie the story together, and some things I just skipped over or made simple, but I mean, honestly, it's like 98% of how it exactly went down. All of these characters are kind of based on real people, so I don't want those certain people to get offended or hurt, so I just say it's fiction so people don't kind of read into it too much. But the message and moral, I was just trying to tell my story of what I went through, and of course I want, whenever someone reads it, to take from it whatever they do. You know, I want them to read it and say, oh, this is what I take from it. I don't want to tell them what they should take from it, but I like to think that, like, I mean, the message is, for me, is just to say, you know, like, it's okay to be different. Everybody lives their own different life and feels their own different things, and just don't let it get you down too much, because life is tough. Like, you just got to keep going and enjoy it. That's like my take on life in general, you know, like, never give up. Just enjoy it and appreciate what you have. That's cheesy, but if you read the book, I feel like you'll get what I'm saying from it. So, thank you guys. It was really hard not to answer every single question on these. But everyone who asked a question, thank you very much. I'll do another one of these again in like a month or two. And then I'll do a general question and answer video here soon. But it always hits me like in my heart when someone talks to me about my book, because like it's really important to me, and it's one of the things that I've done with my life that I really do want to get out there, and if people can like take something from it, that's awesome. Like, it makes me feel really good. So thank you guys, everyone who's picked up a copy and read it and shared it with people. Like, it really does mean a lot, and I definitely want to publish more books in the future, so I'll keep you updated with that. If you do want to check the book out, and you don't have access to a copy, you can get it at andyschrock.com. I'll put it right at the top of the info, and also a little bit about the book. So I'm losing my voice because I've been talking too much, but I'm going to go. Thank you guys for watching this, and I will see you in the future. I don't know why I just froze like that. That was weird.